Jose Cordio. Number 8, Evan Carlson. Number 10, Henderson Terrier. Number 12, Lincoln Borges. Number 13, Guillermo Lima. Number 15, Philippe Palavine. And now for your Sioux Falls Thunder. In the goal, number 1, Joel Valor. Number 2, Suneo Mitarakawa. Number 3, Simon Woods. Number 6, Tom Hooper. Number 10, Nick North. Number 16, Trace Dobson. Number 21, Ethan Glissendorf. Number 23, Mason Cook. Number 24, Nicholas Reinhardt. Number 32, Sean Yang. And number 34, Aaron Hernandez. Please turn your attention to the flag in the northeast corner of the stadium.
All right, lineups addressed, banner played. It's just about game time. Again, you are joining us at Bob Young Field in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where today you're watching your Sioux Falls Thunder take on the Demon Hawks out of Des Moines. Starting lineups, if you missed that earlier announcement, in goal for your Thunder, Joel Valor, Suneo Midorikawa, Simon Woods, Tom Hooper, Nick North, Trace Dobson, Ethan Glissendorf, Mason Cook, Nicholas Reinhardt, Sang Suyan, and Aaron Hernandez. Your Thunder will move right to left in the first half. Breeze into the Thunder at the backs of the Demon Hawks. For the Demon Hawks, in goal is number 1, Tom Gallagher. Also starting, Matthias Stork, Matthias Silva, Marcos Silva, Mauricio Groppo, Jose Cotillo, Evan Carlson, J. Anderson Pereira, Lincoln Borges, and Guilherme Lima, as well as Felipe Falivane. My apologies for any pronunciation slaughtering. I'm going to do my best for you today. Crack broadcast team, Eric Ernest, Joel Sonicson on the job for you tonight. Looks like your Thunder will take the kickoff. In at center forward is number 24, Nicholas Reinhard. Other attacking positions, Nick North here on the left wing. And I think that's Simon Woods on the right. Attacking mid, Saneo Midorikawa, number 2, as well as Trace Dobson, number 16. In goal, Valor. Left back, Mason Cook. That ball gets dropped to Hooper, number 6. On the far touch, this is Yang. Back to Dobson. Now on the far touch and out of play, just beyond the reach of the Thunder striker, Aaron Hernandez. Ball's dropped to Woods. Pocket picked by Hooper. Here's Hooper on the far touch. Through one. Plays that ball forward, looking for Nick North. Ball now finds the feet of Midorikawa. Here's Hooper, playing to the near touch. Now in the attacking thirds, the Thunder. This is number 24, Reinhard. Cook, Reinhard. No foul given. And Demon Hawks pressing forward, and this is going to be a quick foul on number 16, Trace Dobson, slowing the attack of the Demon Hawks right at midline. It'll be a free kick. Foul committed on number 8, Evan Carlson. I think Carlson asking for a stronger penalty than just a free kick. Ball dropped to Silva. Back to Silva. And Silva finds Silva. Cortillo. Ball out of play, last touched by the Demon Hawks. Cook with the throw-in to Simon Woods. Glissendorf. Possession given up. Now maintained by the Demon Hawks defenders. Here's Silva. Cortillo on the near touch. Ball deflected out of play by Hooper. Excuse me, that is Nick North. Pereira. Ball put through. And possessed in a dangerous area in the defensive third. Ball given back to the Hawks. Out of play by Mason Cook. Cortillo. Foul called on Nick North, and Demon Hawks quickly play back. Here's Silva. It's going to be easy for me to get number 3 and 4's last names right. Here's Nick North. Ball defended by Silva. Silva pulling up. And the ball is out of play. This will be a corner for your Thunder. And we're going to have a quick PT check, I think, as Silva pulled up after defending that ball over the far goal line. He's going to be grabbing his left hamstring. And the physio will check out Silva. Reinhardt and North over the ball in the near corner for your Thunder.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls Thunders. For all your financial needs, choose a company that's locally grown and nationally known. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, member FDIC.
Here's that Silva is going to come off. The Demon Hawks may substitute number 16. I don't have a 16. Oh, there I do. Guilherme Mota, number 16, preparing to come on for Silva. First, a corner kick for the Thunder. Ball played in, headed over the goal line. This will be a goal kick for the Demon Hawks. Tom Gallagher quickly plays out of the back to Guillermo Lima. There's Cortillo. Ball played out by North. Demon Hawks throw. There's Jose Cortillo with the throw. Looking to find Pereira. Ball at the feet of Dobson. In the scrum, here is Reinhard playing through, looking for Hooper. Ball again falls to Trace Dobson. Simon Woods. Cook. Glissendorf back to Woods. Woods has Valor. Woods. Midorikawa back to Hooper. Woods. Ball given up at midfield, and again, Demon Hawks now drop back. This is Silva. Long ball played forward, taken out of the air by Cook. Cook finds Nick North. North to Reinhard. And substitution, this is Guilherme Mota coming on for
Demon Hawks, number 16, Guilherme Mota.
on for one of the Silvas. Glissendorf. Reinhard. Reinhard. Cross from Hernandez, deflected out of play. This will be a throw very near the far corner for the Thunder. Ball put forward by Silva. Possession attained by Tom Hooper. Groppo. Last touched by a Thunder player. My apologies, this is going to be a foul committed by Reinhardt. Free kick, the Demon Hawks. Here's Mota. I think his first touch. That's a lie, that was not Mota. Here's Pereira down the far touch, down the near touch. Ball played centrally. Cleared by Yang Suan. Played forward to Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Reinhard. Reinhard with one to beat. Moves to the far touch. Reinhard beats Borges and eventually is dispossessed. Reinhard wants a foul. This ball is played to the far touch. And Hooper puts a foot out, and Hooper is going to be the first recipient of a booking. His foul committed on number 8, Evan Carlson. It appears
Yellow card, Thunder, number 6.
so now Hooper, who's been pretty involved thus far, the Trevecca Nazarene University midfielder with the first booking, now on a yellow. Kick will be taken by Silva. Here's Lima, back to Silva on the far touch, just over midline. Now into the attacking third is Falavin. Cross coming, put out of play, last touched by a Thunder defender. This will be a corner kick on the far corner for the Demon Hawks. Pereira will put his left boot into this. Four in the penalty area for the Demon Hawks. Ball swinging outwards. Here's Pereira. Another cross. Taken out of the air by Silva. Gallagher there for it. Excuse me, Valor there for it. Forgot which tall goalkeeper I was talking about. That's your Thunder keeper, Joe Valor. A dangerous playback, and Valor has to dive to gather attention. Here's Cook. Mason Cook on the near touch. Cook draws a foul. This will be a free kick taken by Reinhard. Reinhard quickly plays Hooper. Hooper has Glissendorf. Here's Nick North. Demon Hawks in possession. Here's Gallagher. Borges. Borges harassed by Hernandez. Ball played to the far touch. Through midfield is Borges. Ball played all the way out to the far touch to Pereira. Here's Yang Swan. Swan in possession. Dobson. Dobson may have caught a cleat. Dobson hobbles back to his feet. Demon Hawks not really pressing forward so far. They've tended to drop back. They've had a couple opportunities following their corner, but for the most part, tending to drop back and play out of the back. Throwing on the far touch, right to the feet of a Thunder defender. Valor finds Woods. Woods a little bit of a miscue. That ball eventually finds the feet of Tom Hooper. Here's North looking for Hernandez. Ball's intercepted. And the Demon Hawks will drop to midfield. Flick by the Demon Hawks ends at the feet of Hernandez. Hernandez drops to Valor. Valor in a tricky spot just at the goal line. Ball's put out of play, last touched by a Demon Hawk. Number 15, Felipe Falavin. And Valor will play out of the back. Here's Woods. Ball flicked to the near touch, and a bit of a turf monster grabs Mason Cook's foot. This will be a throw on the near touch. Here's Jose Cortillo on the near touch. Lima. Lima is tripped up, and that's Hooper. And you can see the center ref pointing to his head, I think reminding Hooper that he is on a yellow. Preventing the quick play is Hernandez. As over this ball is Carlson and Pereira. Valor directing his wall. Pereira looped in. Cleared by Trace Dobson. Carlson defers to Jose Cortillo. This ball is possessed by number 15. Here's a shot drilled just high over the net. Deflected, I believe, by a Thunder player. This will result in a corner kick for the Demon Hawks. There's Matthias Stork over the corner. Short delivery. Carlson. Pereira. Ball deflected by Reinhardt. Pereira regains possession. Attempts to cross in. Ball cleared forward by Hooper. Here's Hernandez. Hooper back to Hernandez. Oh, beautiful vision by Hernandez, just finding Trace Dobson, who was impeded, and advantage was given up. Therefore, there will be a foul here at the 40, just in the middle third. And Simon Woods over this free kick. Quickly play to Hooper. Woods. Glissendorf. Hooper. Hooper has Midorikawa. Back to Hooper. And pressuring is Hernandez. This ball ends at the feet of the Demon Hawk. Defended out of play by Hooper. Cortillo, the throw-in specialist for the Demon Hawks with the throw. Now Mason Cook finds Hooper. Ball flicked forward. And a bit of extracurricular activity taking place at midfield. Well, I think what took place there is that Trace Dobson committed a foul. I think the attacking or the midfielder for the Demon Hawks knew it was a foul, so he reached out and just kind of grabbed it and reset it. Ball flicked forward, looking for Hernandez. There's Midorikawa. Midorikawa pressing. Hernandez giving pressure. And eventually, Demon Hawks drop to Gallagher. Here's Silva. Mota. Back to Gallagher. Silva. Lima. Lima drives downfield, finds Pereira. Pereira now in the attacking third, defended by Mason Cook. Ball's flicked forward, and shielding is Mason Cook, who will attain a goal kick. Nice bit of defense out of Mason Cook. Not used to seeing Mason Cook in a defensive position. Kind of fun to see a lot of these players that hail from the Sioux Falls area and are currently playing in college. Nice to see them on the pitch back in Sioux Falls. Here's Woods, the Gustavus Adolphus Jr. Finds Hooper. Ball flick forward towards Hernandez, and Silva wisely plays this ball over the near touch. Here's Hooper. Midorikawa back to Hooper. Hernandez. Out of touch. Here's Cortillo. "19 minutes in, 0-0 Thunder, Demon Hawks." Pereira. Hernandez back to Pereira. Pereira centers to Borges. Borges finds Falavine on the far touch. Ball crossed to Pereira, right striker. Defended by Cook. Crossed, headed, beautiful bit of work. Nice ball movement out of the Demon Hawks. But Joe Valor reflexively dives to his right, making a save. That keeps a goal off the board. And here's Woods to Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Hooper. That ball is intercepted. Intercepted by Lima. Here's Pereira. Another shot. Another deflection. Another save by Valor. He's gotten his biggest workout in the last 30 seconds of gameplay. Here's Pereira with the corner for the Demon Hawks. This will be an in-swinger with the left boot of Pereira. And rattling around. Ball eventually finds the foot of Yang Suan. This will be a throw-in on the far touch. Here's Suan to Dobson to Glissendorf. And trying to thread the needle. But unsuccessfully. Attacking is Hernandez, pressuring Silva. Gallagher to Borges, back to Gallagher. Silva. Back four for the Thunder. Pressed pretty highly up towards midline. Here's Cotia. Pereira, the ball's initially intercepted by Cook, last touched by Iowa, and this will be a Thunder throw. Mason Cook's going to have this throw right at midline. Has Midorikawa. Instead finds Hooper. Back to Cook. Again, ball, I'd assume that was last touched by Pereira, but AR says nay, and here why the speed of Midorikawa probably saves a goal. Wow. Ball headed and deflected by Joe Valor. It looks like Valor and the Iowa player may have run into each other. Can't see the number on the Demon Hawks player who is down, but physio on their way right at the goal box.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our championship sponsors, First Premier.
And that's Matthias Stork.
Roundhouse. Thank you also to our League One sponsors, Premier Bank Card, Roundhouse, Matinee, Waterbury, Heating and Cooling, Lewis Drug, your first stop, Egg Realtors, Justin and
I suppose I could keep your stream up and going with the delay, and then I could have watched and seen exactly what happened. That's what I should do.
Neighborhood Dental, Inca Salsa, Harris Law, Lindsay Harrison Team, LLR Trucking and Four Brothers Trucking, Kelly Rear and Team. Thank you, Dan Circle K Team, for being the official ice sponsor for our home games.
We have an ice sponsorship here, and tonight is not a night you want to be feeling ice.
14 and under, please be sure to register for the Thunder Soccer Ball giveaway. Today, in addition, Sioux Falls Pepsi has donated a Gatorade cooler with Thunder logos filled with ice cold Gatorade for one lucky fan. Sign up at the entrance where you paid your admission.
It's pretty cool. A cooler full of ice cold Gatorade might be a night for a thermos. All right, so it appears that Stork is back up and is coming off the field. This will be a corner kick Put in lowly. Initially defended by Hernandez. Flicked forward by Falavine. Crossed in. And out of play over the goal line. This will be a goal kick for your Thunder. Stork, it appears, may be suffering from a bloody nose. So they will not sub him out at this point in time, as I'm certain that there are substitution limitations. And they want to keep Stork on the field after he recovers from this, what we hope is a minor injury. Here's North. North is dispossessed at midline. Comes back and regains possession at Hooper. Ball put in by Suwan just over the goal for a goal kick. And playing out of the back. Ball put forward. Midorikawa finds Valor. Valor back to Midorikawa on the far touch. Midorikawa with plenty of space. I lied, that was not Midorikawa. This is Midorikawa. Here's Hooper. Woods. Woods. Hooper. Has Reinhard. Reinhard to midline. Has Midorikawa. Looks for Hernandez. Hernandez to Cook. Ball played through Cook's legs is out of touch for Demon Hawks throw. Here's Cortillo. And a substitution forthcoming for the Demon Hawks. This is number 29, Sahid Jah.
Entering for the Demon Hawks, number 29, Sahid Jah.
So Jah on for Matthias Stork. They will tend to Stork's injury. All put down the far touchline. Possessed by Reinhard. Last touched and out of play by a Demon Hawk. Reinhard with the throw. Reinhard with the free kick. Foul committed by the Demon Hawks. Thank you. Here's Reinhard. Ball delivered in the air. Attempted punch and bicycle kicked out of the goal box by Lima. And now a counter available for the Demon Hawks. This ball played forward. His number 15, Falavine. And offside offense committed by the Demon Hawks. However, the way that they're progressing with the ball, I don't think that's an offside. There must have been some type of a foul that I missed. Foul committed on Pereira. And Lima plays this back to Silva. Silva at midline. Now pressured by Hernandez. Ball put out to the far touch in the attacking third. This is Gropo. Gropo switching back. Finding Lima. Lima, now that's an offside offense. It'll be a free kick for Simon Woods. Woods finds Morikawa. Back to Woods. Woods switching fields. I believe that is Glissendorf. Morikawa to Woods. Woods to the near touch. Has Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Trace Dobson. Pereira gives the ball up to Woods. Woods back to Hernandez. Pereira. Hernandez comes up with possession. Is dispossessed by Mota. Here's Gropel. Ball played forward and defended off the head of Hooper. Out of play. Here's a throw in for the Demon Hawks. Be taken by Gropel. Shot. And that's going to be a goal. That ball deflected and spun away from Valor. First goal of the game, I believe, comes off the foot of number 10, Janderson Pereira. At the 31-minute mark, your Thunder down 0-1. Dobson. Hooper looking for Suan. Now the ball possessed by Iowa. Midorikawa tries to pressure. Through ball intercepted by Mason Cook. Ball back to the feet of Glissendorf. Here's Hooper. Simon Woods. Ball deflected, now falls to the feet of the goal scorer, Pereira, who finds Lima. Lima into the center circle to Silva. And Silva finds Borges. Back to Silva. Pressured by Hooper. And Lima in possession. To the far touch line. Ball centered and eventually is cleared by the Thunder. Here's Mason Cook. Cook possessing on the near touch. Cook has Reinhard. Finds Trace Dobson. Dobson is fouled. Dobson fouled by Carlson. Excuse me, that's Mota. Midorikawa on the far touch. Possession attained by the Hawks and reattained by Suan. Jiang Suan drops to Midorikawa. Hooper. Glissendorf. Down the near touch just beyond the stretch of Aaron Hernandez. Looks like we will have our first substitution of this half for your Thunder.
Number 26, Phil Apple.
And that is a name that I missed. What's his last name?
Apple.
Apple?
A-P-P-E-L-T.
A-P-P-E-L-T. All right, so Phil Appelt onto the field for the Thunder, number 26. And in possession at this moment, drops to Simon Woods. Woods back to Appelt, and possession is given up in a dangerous spot. And can this be cleared? It is just cleared but a costly clearance on the effort by Simon Woods, saving the goal as it was just about to cross the goal line after being deflected by Valor. And I think Woods might have put his knee into the right post. Demon Hawks in possession. Possession taken away by Midorikawa. Here's Hooper looking for Woods. Woods plays this ball forward. Possession given up at midline. Hooper pressuring. Silva. Borges. Borges plays Cortillo on the near touch. It's deflected by Mason Cook. Here's Reinhardt. Again, Silva for the Demon Hawks. Carlson. And Pereira is offsides. Forgot for a second that we do 45-minute halves, so just about 9 minutes remaining. Plus maybe a little bit of stoppage.
Yeah. I got this today.
Okay. Thank you. I just must have missed it. Thank you. I think it's the same thing that you sent me, Eric. I just, I must have missed a name.
Matt sent it to you.
I'll put forward, headed by Woods, back to the keeper, Valor. Valor rolls to Woods. Midorikawa. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez looking for North. Cortillo. Ball centered. Finds the feet of Simon Woods. Woods to Nick North. Over the midline. Looking for Hernandez. And North's pass just not quite firm enough. Trails Hernandez. However, possession regained after put out of play by the Demon Hawks. Full field switch. Intercepted by the Demon Hawks. Here's number 13, Lima. Lima looking for Pereira. Ball deflected by Woods. Ends at the feet of Mason Cook. Hernandez. Hernandez maintains possessions. Moves centrally. Here's Midorikawa. Hooper. Hooper's ball intercepted. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez gains possession. Has North. 2 to beat. And it's going to likely be a foul on Hernandez. One touch just a bit too strong, giving the Demon Hawks defender the advantage of possession. Tries to wrap an arm around the defender, and that's seen pretty clearly by the center ref. Free kick will be taken by Lima to Silva, back to Lima. Ball intercepted by Glissendorf. Glissendorf has Nick North on the far touch. And North tries to thread the needle. And Iowa back in possession, deep in their defensive third. Now on the far touch. Moving centrally. Here's Mota. Mota finds Pereira. Now quickly from deep in their defensive third into the attacking third for Iowa. This ball given on a platter to Appelt by the Iowa defender. Here's Nick North. Shot fired. One bounced in and gathered by Gallagher, the keeper. Seen a bit of a switch. It seems that the Demon Hawks wanting to press forward a little more often in these last 10 to 15 minutes. As I say that, now they're going to drop back to their keeper. Silva. Play to the far touch. And into Lima. There's Mota. Looking for Sahid Jah on the far touch. That ball out of play will be thrown in by Midorikawa. Pressured by Reinhard. Intercepted and now possessed by Appelt. Appelt has Mason Cook on the near touch. Cook looking for Hernandez. Can Hernandez get there first? He does. Unfortunately, possession lost. And now the ball at the feet of the Demon Hawks. Here's Pereira. Borges to Silva. About 4 minutes remaining, plus any stoppage. Here's Mason Cook. Cook again has North just off the toe of number 12, Borges. Ball centered, and now possession given over to Suwan. Ball back to Suwan, into the box. Ball deflected. It's Midorikawa. Midorikawa through 2, through 3, and shot is deflected for a Thunder corner. The first Thunder corner we've had in
Quite some time.
a long while, since maybe the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, down in the near corner.
Kind of unearned with the length of the field.
Right. So here's Nicholas Reinhardt. Reinhardt will be over the far corner for your Thunder. And the box stacked 2 defenders, just about to the attacking third. Here's Reinhardt's delivery. Ball put up and handled out of the air by Gallagher. Gallagher has Pereira. Long switch. An effort by Suwan, but possession maintained. Shot fired, deflected by Woods. And Woods still hobbled. Possession attained by Suwan. Long ball put forward. Nick North. Nick North, 2 defenders, needs to beat Silva. Looking for Hernandez. Here's Hernandez in the box. Hernandez dispossessed at the 6. And here's Pereira. Seemed like something exciting was maybe about to happen as North's pass found Hernandez. What was that, Reinhardt? 24-34. Lima. Pressuring is Nick North. Back to Lima. Silva. Long ball down the far touch, off the chest. And now possession attained by your Thunder. Here's Mason Cook. Ball put out of play. Last touched by Iowa. Cook with the throw. Midorikawa, who finds Glissendorf and Woods. And we will have 4 minutes at least of stoppage time.
A minimum of 4 minutes stoppage time.
Here's Glissendorf. Right to Midorikawa. North. Hernandez. At midline, Hernandez finds Appelt. Back to Hernandez. Mason Cook. Glissendorf. Hooper. In the center circle. Looking for Simon Woods on the far touch. Woods looking for Midorikawa. Midorikawa looking for Hernandez. Ball beyond his foot is dropped by Silva to the keeper, who must play it on the foot. Ball put forward and deflected out of play by Glissendorf. Not quite out of play. Here's Suwan. Suwan held up on the far touch and shielded for a Demon Hawks goal kick. Well, 4 minutes of stoppage. Goal kick for the Demon Hawks, who lead your Thunder 1-0. Here's Silva. Full field switch. Looking for Cotia is intercepted by Mason Cook. Mason Cook on the near touch. Pereira, where his ball is deflected by Midorikawa. Out of play. Cortia looking for Pereira. Here's Cook. Another throw in. Just at the edge of the attacking third for the Demon Hawks. Falavine finding Ja, shot fired. And that's another goal for the Demon Hawks off the right foot of Saheed Ja.
Saheed Ja.
And with that throw in, the ball moved just so quickly over to Ja. Was able to make one defender miss. Shot fired, and Valor not able to get a hand on it to deflect that out of bounds. Nice shot curling into the far corner of the goal for the Demon Hawks. This ball headed back, and flag is up. Offside offense for the Demon Hawks. Glissendorf's ball is deflected. And here's Mota. Mota finds Borges. Ball taken out of the air by Lima. Lima looking for Pereira, who gives himself up, knows he's in an offside position. Thought that was about to be a free kick, but throw given. Reinhardt's pass on the near touch, beyond the reach of North. Cortillo. Again looking for Pereira. The feet of Falavine, whose shot is high. Be a goal kick for the Thunder. To assume that pretty close to the halftime whistle. Here's Simon Woods. down the far touch is Hernandez. Foul on Hernandez, called on Hernandez, will result in a free kick for the Demon Hawks. We'll play back to Silva. And that is the halftime whistle, folks. So through 45 plus 4,
Demon Hawks 1, Thunder 0.
Demon Hawks with 2 goals lead your Thunder 2-0.
Thunder 0.
All right, we'll be back at it after a short break. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. You're watching Sioux Falls Thunder Soccer taking on the Demon Hawks of Iowa in the National Premier Soccer League. At the half, Thunder trail 0-2.